Okay, let's go to one of the yeah, let's go to Oxygen. I skipped this one last week because it was like the last thing I had to play of the night, and it's a visual novel. So I wanted to make sure I had enough voice for it. But it looks pretty artsy. In the wind of my lung, in methane and in love, in petroleum plumes, there's a floating slice of moon, and your tooth and your claw in your unforgiving jaws. Are you there? Swans, piece of the sky. Inspired by swans and Gazon's music. I don't know either of those, so this will be interesting. A demo for a short visual novel about obsessive dreams. Okay, cool. All right, nice. And it's got some really cool artwork from what I've seen. Let's launch it up. And figure out how to capture it. Game capture, Oxygen demo. There it goes, perfect. Let's get that sized appropriately and get the other thing to disappear here. There we go. One day I heard a noise as if someone was calling me. Noise pointed directly at my heart, and like an illness, it took control of my entire being. Prologue embryo. And one of the awkward things about streaming these is that I recognize that things like visual novels and like really serious, heavy, artsy subject matter usually don't make for very fun streams. And a lot of these are the kind of things that you want to experience by yourself, and that's totally at least that's how I would prefer to do this stuff, kind of thing. So when I played like last week, I played There Swings a Skull, and like that was very artfully done. It was a quick little RPG Maker visual novel along the lines of To the Moon, or at least I compared it to that. If that's not accurate, you know, I don't know. And it just doesn't make for very interesting stream material, but that doesn't mean that these games should necessarily be judged by whether or not they're good as stream material. So anyway, I wake up from a strange vision. I'm still in my apartment, safe, alone. I find it hard to breathe. The air in my lungs has vanished. But after a while, oh, everything comes back. My mind is fuzzy though. Throat is completely dry. Drink some water. Oh, choice. Take a few sips from the bottle. With each one, I feel a faint wave of nausea rising from my stomach. Since my body is still sore, I try to take one more sip. Nausea only increases, forcing me to stop. Bothered by this sensation, I decide to get up. When things get too rough, I call him. Depends on when the realization crashes down upon me. After all, I can only feel at ease by talking to him. Hi, am I bothering you? I always answer your calls with pleasure. I'm happy to hear that. What's happening? Had a nightmare. The usual one. I see. Have you tried to explore it more? Why should I do that? So that you can understand it better. And maybe you'll understand yourself better too. I don't know, it scares me too much. I think it's to be expected. You probably just need more time. How are you feeling though? My head has been hurting since I had the dream. Feels like it's etched on my mind. This day has started awfully. Don't think about it too much. I'm here for you. Just go through your day. Don't be afraid. Easy for you to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to be rude to you. Just tired, that's all. Don't worry, I understand that. Well, I should really get ready now. Yeah, the pixel art is excellent. Deep burial. Saw a meadowlark flying, envisioned its freedom and desired to crash it between my fingers, and now I observe it. Nope. As I look at myself in the mirror, I notice that something has slightly changed. Yeah, I know that feeling on waking up. It's a small detail almost impossible to be perceived, but I'm paler than usual. Yep, this year has done that to a lot of us, I assume. My skull is crumbling. My nerves are melting. Spirit is sinking. Yet I still have to work. Sometimes it seems everything has been deprived of purpose. The city, the entire world are similar to an empty glass. Sooner or later, everything will be submerged. When we'll reach the point of no return. Water will swallow everything. It will erase us all. All these buildings we live in, all the stuff we surround ourselves with, will be engulfed. Maybe we still have time to fix things, and that will be the end. Oh, maybe we still have time to fix things, and that will be the end. Okay, let's go for the hopeful one. Sometimes I force myself to be hopeful. I try with all my strength to repress my fears to go on through the day without thinking. If I stop thinking and feeling, everything will be alright. I'll just become like any other person. But most of the time, it's just too much. Negativity takes control of me, and it gets more and more difficult to resist. Everything gets blurred out, and I try to resist as hard as I can until my soul is crushed. I know, browsing Twitter, right? As time goes by, this gets more and more difficult, and I envision cities abandoned deep into a dark abyss. My head explodes. My heart stops. Breathing becomes a struggle. I get thrown out by any minute. Yet I'm still here in the office. I have to keep working. And after that, get lunch with a colleague. Forced to swallow all the fears that trouble me. Today I spend my lunch break at the same table with the same person. We started working here the same day. Looks vaguely like Motoko Kusanagi, Ghost in the Shell. Same haircut. Dark hair, vaguely the same haircut. Kind of professional looking. We've known each other ever since. Hey girl, how was work this morning? Just fine. I finished checking some paperwork. What about you? Great, nice job. Same for me. I've been on paperwork all week. But thank God it's almost over. I just feel great at the idea of working in the office again, you know? Staying at home with my noisy husband was a pain. Plus, I missed you a lot. How have you been? Yeah, I can imagine. It's been alright, I guess. Some things happened, but nothing worth talking about. What about you? Noisy husband apart, I mean. Feel like I'm rejuvenated. Still feel strange and unusual, though. But, working together again, seeing people we love, it's really great. The skin on my hands started peeling because of the sanitizers, you know. I wonder what they put into those things. Yes, it is. But, what is it? I understand what you mean, but I feel awful. Why? Did something bad happen? Not really. Still, can't help but think about the people who have lost their jobs or their loved ones. The homeless people that I see in every street I pass through. Or the sadness and loneliness on everyone's faces. That doesn't mean we can't be cheerful about our own daily life, does it? What matters is that we're safe and happy. Can't do much about others. I know. I'm just scared of the repercussions, that's all. Okay. Look, I do understand it, however, let's just talk about something else, okay? Yeah, we should. Listen, there's been something on my mind lately. I don't know how to say this. Are you going to do something about those bags under your eyes? Hey, you ugly. I mean, I'm sorry to bring it up, but they kind of scare the clients. They scare the clients. What do you mean? I heard that some people lately are frightened by your appearance. They see you're creeping them out. It's just rumors, but maybe you should take it as advice. What do you think I should do? Or it's none of your business. Get hostile or try to go for it? Yeah, let's get angry. Why not? None of your business. Oh, well, I was just looking out for you. There's no need to get upset. I'm just worried about your health. If you don't take care of yourself, you might collapse during work. That would be a problem, don't you think? You should really drink more often. I've never seen you without a glass of water. I've never seen you with a glass of water. And you should definitely get more sleep. We'll see. Thank you for worrying about me. Look kind of sadly. What is it? Been having strange dreams. Okay, so just to comment on this so far, since I've been mostly reading dialogue as quickly as possible, just like, because, you know, reading a visual novel solo is a chore. I don't mind games commenting on current events. In fact, I think it's almost impossible not to. And this game has some really great art. I really like all of this pixel art. It's really nice. But I'm curious to see where this goes, to see if there's something a little more profound than people going like, man, the pandemic sucks, you know? And the pandemic sucks, the environment's falling apart, nobody has a job, Amazon's taking over the world, and all of the things that we all know and dread every day that we all experience collectively. So I'm hoping this has something a little bit more profound to it. But we'll see. Strange dreams, what are they about? The end of everything. Cities flooded by water. Human extinction. That's definitely not good. I read somewhere that dehydration can make you hallucinate, so drink more. Alright. By the way, have you heard the news? What news? Staring deep into your soul. It's looking a lot like Fishbed. Starting from next week, I'll become the management director. Ask and you shall receive, right? Looking forward to swerve somewhere, and here's the swerve. I'm so excited. Oh, that's wonderful. Congratulations. Thank you. You know, ever since I graduated, I've been hoping to find a good job and to live a nice and happy life without anyone's help. I really hope that one day you will succeed too. I'm not sure if I'm suited for that. Are you for real? Everyone is suited for a promotion. You should work to seek happiness and independence. Promoted to the point where you are no longer capable of what you're doing. Isn't that that's the corporate way? Job can't bring me real happiness. I don't know if I deserve to be happy. I disagree. I think it can. Look at me. I'm satisfied with myself. Very satisfied looking. Proud of all the things I've achieved, of my clients' smiling faces. That's all thanks to me and the work I've done. And what about that intern who jumped off the 5th floor? Oh, your experience is yours alone. I don't think that only focusing on our job will bring us happiness. We all will get older and die. Eventually, the world will end. So what is the meaning of all of this? Being this obsessed about work won't take us anywhere. I think you just lack ambition. And I'm sorry to say this, but you won't get far without it. In this time and age, ambition is all that we have left. Without it, we're nothing. You're obviously scared, I understand that, but you can't fall victim to your fears. That's my fishman voice. So, like, thinking about this, that little interaction right there. Like, I don't know, a couple years ago I played Nier Automata, and Nier Automata has a general theme of, like, working yourself to death to the point where you're not kind of commenting on, like, what's the Japanese work culture of, like, just overwork yourself and then work some more, since every single robot in that game essentially has gotten everything down to a science. All the racing robots are perfect at their racing course, and when you beat them, they explode because they can't handle being second best at something, and their entire life has been working up to this one thing, and then they failed. And I don't know. I think I think it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit more interesting to me to look at all of these things through a more symbolic lens or something than to just like, this kind of feels like I'm reading a conversation that I've had many, many times. And so I'm interested to see, you know, where is the thing that makes this not just what we're doing every day? What am I to take away from it? Can't help wondering if she really believes in what she's saying. Not falling victim to fear. Working to become happy. Those are all perfect and idealistic words, told by someone who doesn't understand my suffering. But if one day everything will be submerged, then she too will. Suddenly, the scenes of my dream start to play in my head. Something is moved from my stomach, pushing, working its way through my esophagus. I rush to the bathroom to let out everything. Blech. Hey, how are you today? Terrible. Feel sicker than before. Sometimes we have to navigate our pain in order to become happier. By saying this, I don't mean that it's alright for you to suffer, but only that it may be part of the process. Yeah, but where will that get me? You want to get rid of the dream, right? You're terrified of it. That's why you react so strongly, why you're so angry, and why you feel the need to expose your view of the world. We all need to freely express ourselves, to be more sincere with ourselves and others. That's what you are doing. Maybe the dream itself is pushing you toward this path. So can you really say it's a bad dream? Are the things you see in your sleep so evil? I want you to focus on that and understand what you think and feel about it. Don't take these feelings for granted and explore them as much as you can. I'll think about it. Thank you for your advice, as always. I'll try to get some sleep now. Have a good night. Remember, I'm always here for you. Still so pale. Should I really give in to my dreams? Okay, that was the demo. I think, yeah, my comment stands. So, like, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing like what the changes about all of that, more than just continuously commenting on current events and the way that everybody is commenting on them. Like, what way can that one do something unique with its storytelling? And there's something kind of there with the dream thing, but yeah, I'd like it to be more fleshed out, I guess, for me, for my tastes. That kind of thing is not usually my kind of thing. I prefer to look at more, how do I put this, other than when it comes to talking about very, very serious subjects, I prefer not to talk about them seriously, because me being a not very serious person is just going to go through and laugh at them most of the time. Not like a laughing at in a derogatory or negative way, but like in a, you know, like a laughing through the pain kind of way, where it's just like, I don't know, I don't really take things seriously unless I'm given a good like motivation to take it seriously, like in sort of like a direction sense. It's like I often find that serious moments hit harder right after comedy, like that kind of thing. Like having a little bit of levity lightens it up. If it's just non-stop misery, then that just gets kind of exhausting after a while. It's really tiring to just be like, all right, I'm just gonna sit here and read through this like miserable story about miserable things forever. And trust me, I like a lot of misery. But it's kind of gotta be broken up a little bit. And that's why I was just like immediately kind of laughing at the fish man, because, you know, even though that's kind of an image of horror or whatever, it's goofy, it's fun, and that, to me, that was kind of breaking it up, and I was doing it for myself in the game. I find that a lot of these like walking simulators and visual novels with extremely heavy and serious subject matter completely fall flat for me, because it's just like, it just hits you with a message like right up front, and then there's no pacing, there's no breaks, there's no shift of mood. It's just like, pedal to the metal on the misery from second one, or on the seriousness from second one, and it's not a whole lot of breaking that up. So I think maybe use something like that. I don't know, but anyway. Okay. Yeah. Let's check out another one. Before I leave off of that, I think I'll say it again, the art was stellar. I think that's my favorite part of it, especially the little fish man guy. I think the protagonist looks cool. The framing of each of those, the areas that the details are on the image is really well done. Okay, so we have another one which does seem to be like a goofy visual novel, Deep Veil University. I'm gonna wait on that one until I can play a game where I don't have to talk so much. So let's try Podvodnik. Oh, I've been meaning to go through these and look at the developers to see if they've made any other games that I've played. Solitude. Nope, doesn't look like it. Okay, but looks like if Oxygen was your jam, then it looks like they've got things that look, from the picture images, tonally similar.